Hello and welcome to the 18th C tutorial, where today we will be looking at structs. Now you might say here that we already have some code written out, and this is because I already did a take and I couldn't be asked to delete it because I thought, what's the point? I'm just gonna write it all over again. So first of all, we're gonna ask, what is a struct? Now a struct, as up here is shown, is a way of putting numerous numbers under one name, or numerous characters under one name. So in this case we have a point which has int x, int y, and int and float incline even under it. So this is quite a convenient way of putting together variables and also making instances of this more than once, because I tell you, being a programmer there's nothing more than a pain in the ass of rewriting the same goddamn data types over and over again. And in a lot of cases, our struct defeats that problem. So that defeats that problem, and you basically how it works for a base struct. You can do various kinds. Well, there's one base syntax, but you can also add various keywords in of it. So what you have here is struct. This declares our struct. This is the name of our struct, and then we have our variables within these brackets, which tells the compiler that we have these variables within the structure. Don't forget to put a semicolon on the end, because it's treated like any other statement, other than of course like if statements and functions. So we declare our variable, our structure up here, by doing this. Struct, the name of the struct refers to the struct, and then our identifier here. It works essentially like a variable, so you just basically put that there and put that there. So then that works, and we modify these by putting the name of our struct, obviously the identifier of our struct. That's what I meant by name. Dot or period if you're a Yank. The name of the variable we want to modify, so x, y, incline, and then we just put the value like any other integer, and that's that. We can also do arrays of these, of course. So I'm not going to do it now, but I'm not going to compile it like that. But of course, if we wanted to do like 10, we could obviously do 10 under the same name. We'd access it like just any other array, which is quite handy. Also, we can create pointers of them, which can access our pointers. We can access our literal ones. And also, I'm not going to show it here because there's no real reason to, because I think if you're watching this, you'll probably have the intelligence to sum it up in your head. You can also create functions like this, so you can have myPoint, or you can have struct point, name of function, and it can return it can return a struct, or it can return a pointer to a struct in memory. And that's what's quite handy. So we can access. I'm not gonna. It bugs up sometimes with printf, because obviously it's a pointer rather than a literal type. But if we say we wanted to modify myPoint, but we didn't want to have to use our myPoint here, because as you can see here, I've already set myPoint as being pointed to by this. Obviously that being the address of myPoint. What we can do is we can just go and what that does is it tells our computer that we are talking about the memory address pointed to by this, which obviously points to that, and then that holds the memory address of this. So we're just going to modify the memory address here. And you can do this with all variables, all variable kinds, and you can do this with all variable kinds, as I say. You can do it with, heck, you can even put other structs within structs, even though obviously it goes a bit, structception. So as you can see, I've already done some stuff here, a bit off the wall. Yeah, obviously, as you can see, I made a couple of errors the first time because I've been programming in assembly lately. And what that means is that there's basically no semicolons in assembly, but as a trade-off, you have to finish your instruction on one line. and let me tell you, it's quite a pain. So let's do structs. Let's see. We're going to struct. Boom. Those are variables if you're paying attention. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Sorry I'm a bit over the place. I've basically just impromptuing this video because there hasn't been a video for a week, and I will see you again later. Goodbye.